Hey there, YouTube. What up, bitches? Earlier today, I went and I saw the new Harry Potter movie, Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince, and I figured I'd give a review of it. And to sum things up, I liked it quite a lot, actually. How does it compare to the first 5 movies? Well, that's also very simple. It's better. I am literally saying that this is the best Harry Potter movie. Now, before I go into the particulars, I want to give kind of a brief recap of my opinions of the first 5 movies. The first movie, Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone, or Philosopher's Stone if you're outside of America, I actually saw that way before I read any of the books, so I didn't really have anything to compare it to. So I liked it when I saw it, but having read the book since then, I realize now that it was pretty bland and boring. I felt that Christopher Columbus's direction in that was very, just run-of-the-mill, middle-of-the-road, take no chances, be safe, and just cartoonize it. And he kind of improved himself with the second film, Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets, which was better, but it was still the same thing. It was very by the numbers, very bland, nothing exciting. Really, he didn't put his own stamp on it at all. He just took, the most generic possible vision of what Harry Potter would be and put it into those 2 movies. He was actually originally going to do all of the movies, and then, because they wanted some sort of continuity. And thank fuck they threw continuity out the window because he couldn't come back. The third film from Alfonso Cuarón, Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban, was really good. Then that was the first film I saw after having read the book, so that was exciting for me. It was also the first one I actually saw in the movie theater. That one was really good. I felt that the directing, in particular the cinematography and the general tone of it, was very good. It did have some kind of sillier parts, and it wasn't perfect, but it was pretty good. Then came Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire, which in terms of directing I think was a step down. In terms of story and plot, it was a step up. But that really goes more to the source material. It was a better film in terms of it being a better story, but it wasn't as good in terms of it being an adaptation. So I think Mike Newell directed that one. And then we had the 5th one, which was Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix, and that was directed by David Yates. And I liked that one a lot when I first saw it, although since then I kind of wish that they didn't chop it down quite so much. When I saw it, I was impressed that they took a 900-page novel and turned it into the shortest movie in the series at only 90 minutes long, and still had it as a coherent movie, and actually a pretty decent movie. Now this one's also directed by Yates, Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince, and I have to say that he made up for his mistake. This one's 2.5 hours long, and it's kind of ironic because if you compare the books, Order of the Phoenix is like, and then Half-Blood Prince is like, and in this one the movie is, a full hour longer. Now, I gotta say that it didn't exactly feel like 2.5 hours. I mean, well, to my ass it did. Sitting in those very uncomfortable theater seats, that's going to be one of the last times I go to that theater. There's a new theater that opened up that I want to try it, and I've heard that the seats there are very comfortable. This theater, though, is ridiculous. But to the rest of my body, everything that isn't my ass, it didn't really feel like 2.5 hours. It felt like it was over almost too soon. That's because I was enjoying it so much. I gotta say, the acting was excellent. Now, one of the best actors out there is Alan Rickman, and he, of course, plays Severus Snape. Not only is he even better in this one, but there's so much more of him. Of course, you know that Snape is such a major character if you've read the book, but he's a major character in pretty much all of them, and I was kind of disappointed, in some ways, in Order of the Phoenix, that Snape didn't have a bigger role. Especially, in that one, but more, also in, Goblet of Fire and to a less, and Prisoner of Azkaban, he really wasn't around all that much, and he's one of the best actors out there. One actor that did get pushed to the background in this was Robbie Coltrane, who played Hagrid, which, if you notice the arc of the storylines in Harry Potter, Hagrid starts out as like a really major character, but his role is diminished less and less. Everything after the second book, where he did play kind of a major role, everything after that, just less Hagrid, to the point where in the last book, he was very expendable, which is kind of weird because he didn't, he was one of the few characters that didn't die in that one. So I kind of expected Hagrid to die in that, because I think that it would have kind of redeemed his character, not in the sense that he did anything wrong, but in the sense that his character had been lessened and lessened and lessened, and I think I would have liked it if, they killed him off to, bring back the emotional impact around Hagrid. But I digress. That's really more of a thing with the book.